Progress is slow, I must say, from the very beginning, because the department is still new, but I think we can register progress. If you look at the SARS information that speaks to new businesses that have registered under SARS, we use that as one of the vehicles to check whether people are really registering to pay their taxes or not, and are they small business, medium businesses. It's looking good from that point of view, where you have a lot of new small businesses who are registering for paying tax. But that's not the issue. The issue is the fact that if the economy is not doing very well, it has a negative impact on small and medium enterprises. Hence, the department's then intervention about supporting them. As you are very much aware, we support small and medium enterprises from a non-financial point of view and a financial point of view. What I can tell you, in the 5 years that I've been in this office, the numbers are growing by the day of small and medium enterprises that need support, especially your startups. You can see that there's a number of young people in particular who are seeing the opportunities within this struggling economy. They're seeing opportunities of either starting their business, but the difficulty for them is about finding the financial muscle to be able to fund their businesses. Hence, the Department of Small Business Development, working together with the Department of Finance as well as the Department of Science and Technology, there's a fund of 2.5 billion that we are working on that will focus specifically in assisting startups. Besides that, government is looking at opportunities in the procurement space, so that those that are looking for procuring something within government, because government also carries quite a sizable amount for procurement, and we're saying to all departments of government, if we're talking about creation of jobs, it's about then ensuring that we support small and medium enterprises so that they can be the ones to do that. It's simple things that need to happen. If government is looking for linen, where are they purchasing the linen from? It's time they looked at purchasing that from your small businesses, your cooperatives, because there are cooperatives who have the capacity to produce that. If government is looking for, say, defense, is looking for supply, even of bread, for instance, in the bases across the country, where are they supposed to look for the procurement from? They're supposed to look for procurement from small businesses within the area where the bases are. Because here's the challenge. You find that the big companies who are producing the bread, they have to be crisscrossing the entire country delivering bread, when bread could be easily delivered by your small businesses who are in the place where the bases are. I can go on and on and on about it, but I think that while we have a challenge of economic growth, the opportunity for small businesses can be opened by the departments and the private sector too. They can open up in the value chain, give what is possible for small businesses instead of like monopolizing everything. Let them give the opportunities to small and medium enterprises.
Speaking of small economic growth, Minister, and the economy, as we all know, is in technical recession, how slow do you think, or how fast do you think we're going to get to reach this? Because if you remember, President Jacob Zuma said in 2009 that 1 million entrepreneurs are needed to actually create 5 million jobs.
Well, remember that government has put already a package together, which I think first and foremost, it must be something that is accepted both by government, all three spheres of government, because sometimes we make the mistake of thinking that when national government has got a package that needs to assist in the rescue of the economy, it's only about the national government. It's about the national, provincial and local structures. Firstly, it means that everybody must focus on this package and say, what is it possible that we can do within them, firstly. Secondly, it's about the partnership with the private sector. I keep on hearing the story, there's a trust deficit between us and the private sector. We all have to wake up to the reality that if South Africa is unable to really turn the economy around, it's not only the people who are unemployed who are going to suffer, it's everybody that's going to suffer. So our view, and the reason why we are here today for this job summit, is to say let's all open up the conversation with each other, because solving the challenges of the economy cannot just be left to government alone. The private sector is here, the unions are here, civil society is here, because exactly the same way that we did when we wanted to remove the apartheid regime those days, it's exactly the same thing that we have to do collectively as South Africans. You see, there are thousands of people outside there who are marching because they want the jobs. The jobs can only be created if we, as South Africans, collectively come together and say, what is it that we need to do a bit differently? Government itself is also saying, we have done what we can be able to do, but we need to open up the conversation to larger other people and reach out to other people so that we can be able to help each other. It can't be business as usual. It can't be government alone. I'm told that the private sector is sitting with trillions in terms of investment because they're saying that there isn't enough trust. There isn't. This country is going to go to the dogs if we sit on both sides of the fence and talk about trust deficit between the two of us. The ordinary people of South Africa want all of us, government, private sector, civil society, to come together and find solutions. The reason why President Cyril Ramaphosa, for instance, made sure that we have this summit, it is because he's extending a hand to all of us to have a conversation about this. After this, we are going to the investment summit, and the two are interconnected. We can't separate the two from each other, and that's what I think South Africans have to understand. We need to work together.
How much is it, Minister, that you've put aside for this particular taking off of these projects you're talking about?
You will hear when we go to the midterm budget, which is going to be presented by the Minister of Finance very soon. We are hoping that, we've had discussions about it, we are hoping that, in fact, I'm not even hoping, I know as a matter of fact that in the 5 years that we've been there, we've been knocking on the doors of Treasury and Finance and saying that they need to be conscious of the fact that if we have to assist issues of poverty, unemployment and inequality, they need to then empower the Department of Small Business Development more. But beyond the department, we all collectively as government need to directly empower your small and medium enterprises. And we've got a variety of ways of doing it. We've got NEF, we've got CIFA, we've got CEDA, we've got other development finance agencies at provincial level. We just need to pull our resources together to do that. So let's wait and hear what the Minister of Finance is going to be saying come the MTF period when he makes the presentation to Parliament.